It is time to start the ZF guide, okay? This guide is going to be a little skewed because you can start this from level 40. Obviously, I'm at the end of it now. I'm level 53. But this is how you do the guide, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, aggro is going to be a little different here. I'm going to have to go up closer to the mobs than you're going to need to do. But this is how you do it. So at the beginning, you want to go with the wolf pet. You want Ferocious Howl, you want Cower, and you want rank 2 dash, which is a 40. You can do it with rank 1 dash. You can do it without it. No, you can't. I don't think you can do it without a dash. You really want rank 2 dash. So I'd say level 40 is the best place to start. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to Eyes of the Beast. So when you're lower level, you're going to aggro these casually, but since I'm higher level, I'm going to need to go up to them a little bit. You're going to dash. You're going to aggro these guys, usually with a Cower or something like that. You're pretty much always going to want a Ferocious Howl. So I'm not sure if those will aggro. Hopefully they'll social. You're going to want a Ferocious Howl all the time to get aggro off you on your pet. That's where you have Ferocious Howl. And you also want to aggro these. These will normally aggro when you're lower level. Those are normally aggro. You want to go up to this corner. You want to release it. You want to resummon your pet. You want to put your pet on stay. You want to Ferocious Howl yourself. Make sure you buff yourself as well. You want to put Cheetah on. You want to start running to this edge. Once you see the mob, you want to put your pet on the mob, and your pet is on stay, and then you're going to want to pet passive it back. So I just pet passive it back, so it's going back there, and that means it's going to basically respawn itself on me, or like despawn itself. And so it's despawned, so all the mobs are now chasing me. Back there, they're chasing me right now. You go this way. You go like this, and you got to make this jump. This jump, you just go to the you aim for the basically edge of this little pillar here. You get to the edge of this pillar, you hit a feign ED. This is an evade spot. You hit a feign ED, you summon your pet. Now this is the hard part. Is you're gonna want to re-eye your pet. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to aggro this first pack up here, this right pack. Basically, when you're lower level, you're going to want to sprint instantly because this is going to aggro your pet from pretty far away. I'm going to play with him because I'm waiting for my aggro. Okay, there's my aggro. You're going to want to run this way. I stick to the right a lot. You're gonna aggro that pack. You want to watch your aggro bar here, so you don't want to aggro it too early because a lot of this stuff will social aggro, especially when you're lower level. It's hard to collect a lot of stuff because I'm so high level right now. You can also use Cower to aggro stuff, but you won't need to at a low level. Okay. And then you hit escape, you resummon your pet, you mend it if you need to, you Eyes of the Beast again, you buff yourself so your pet has aggro, and your pet just chills down here and you wait until these mobs actually come over here. You want to kind of get to this corner. You don't want to aggro these mobs yet because they will social aggro when the rest of the pack comes in. You pretty much just spam Ferocious Howl here to make sure your pet just has aggro on everything because you're on the evade spot, so if you get the evade spot and here they come, and just pretty much just spam Howl off cooldown. Probably the best bet to do. And here you start sprinting. You're going to bring them all the way to the beginning so that basically the whole room that you aggroed is going to be clear so you can walk through. And a big thing here when you're lower level is seriously focus on your pet aggro bar here. Because like I said, when you're lower level, all of these will aggro to you way quicker. So you want to like min-max like when you aggro things. And basically just spam Ferocious Howl, so anything that you get aggro on, it'll go to your pet because you're in combat with your pet, and your pet is causing aggro by Ferocious Howling. And you basically want to zilch these guys a little bit, and then you cancel it, and then you go Cheetah. And now all those mobs are coming back to kill you, but they're super far, and this should be pretty clear. Just don't aggro random packs. You just walk by. When you're lower level, you'll probably need to hug that wall more if you don't aggro that, etc. And you just walk over here. This is why this pad is really important to get out, because you got to go this way. You're going to jump on this wall. You're going to use Cheetah this whole time. You're going to jump over here. You're going to do a little zigzag up here. And then you're going to jump over the mountain, and you're going to hit Feign Death. That's the hard part. That's how you get to this part when you're low level, and that is definitely the hard part. Basically, the main thing is watch your aggro on your pet. Watch the aggro bar, the aggro weak aura on your pet. Shout out to Ziraji, by the way, for that weak aura. I'm not sure if he made it, but he gave it to me. And you're gonna want to basically Ferocious Howl off cooldown for the most part. Except for those 2 times where you need to Ferocious Howl yourself, you need to make sure you do those. And then when you're here, you wait for these patrols. If you want to, so there's 2 ways to do this. You can do the SCARABS as well. But if you do the SCARABS, if this patrol is a witch doctor or a shadow hunter, you do need to kill it. So at lower levels, you probably can't really kill it until you're like level 45 or something like that. So you do need to kill it if it's a shadow hunter or a witch doctor. Other than that, you can leave it. And if you're not doing roaches, then you don't need to worry about that patrol at all. So what you do here is you aggro the boss by just walking up real quick, and then you want to open up all these graves real quick, being in cheetah. Once you aggro all these graves, you hit a feign death right here. You give it a couple seconds because sometimes it can re-aggro. This is an evade spot. You get out of feign death. Oh, they did re-aggro. There you go. I mean, I guess that's a good example. I don't know why they re-aggro like that, but they re-aggro sometimes. And you just wait for this to unaggro. Okay, there we go. Now you're going to want to open these tombs. You want to open these quick because once they get to the boss, they'll come to you. So you want to aggro those. You want to click these quick and go quick. Brave cheetah. Also, when you're lower level, I'll show you guys this. And then you would open these ones up. Okay. Now you got all the tombs clicked. So what you do is you come up here and you do want to aggro the witch doctor once or twice, okay? And the reason why is there's some tombs, if you missed any tombs, I'm not exactly how it works, but once you aggro the boss and he does that voice line, he actually pulls like a mob or two out of tombs if you missed any tombs. So usually I do it once or twice just to make sure I got all that out. And then I like to come over here to this side to hit a feign death. You're out of line, so it shouldn't really resist. You hit a feign death, and now you're ready to do the pull. So for the pull, I like to come over here. If you're really low level, you can stay back here where I just was. You can stay back in this corner where you just were, but since I'm higher level, I can kind of go over here. And then the Eyes of the Beast. So there's two pulls here. You can either do the Scarab pull or you can do the zombie pull. I'll show you both of them. If you just want to do the zombie pull, I mean, the zombie pull, I mean, yeah, I like to aggro this part first because this part's kind of annoying to aggro. So you aggro this and definitely wiggle a lot with your pet, strafe a lot with your pet because it messes with the AI's like movement like that. And watch your aggro meter when you're going to aggro. Now, your pet does want to take some damage here because you do need your pet to not be full health for it to gain aggro. So that's good. That's a good amount of damage. A little too much, but that's all right. And basically, you would go to any evade spot, which could be this urn. Could be all the places we just went to when we collected all these. You'd go here, and then you would get your pet, and you bring it up here. You put it on stay. I'm going to dismiss it right now because I want a bigger pull, but that's how you do this pull. I'll explain what you do after that, too, in a sec. I'm going to feign these off. I'm going to do the Scarab pull here. We're going to do the full Scarab pull because, you know, we're just like that. So, I like to aggro this tomb part first, but I only started doing this when I was higher level, so lower level, I just try to aggro these and run around and get these and just slowly get them. It takes a bit to learn how to, like, get them and finesse the mobs a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to get... Oh, I didn't mean to melee him. That might be a casual problem, to be honest. It's not clean. I'm going to reset this. You don't want to melee these mobs because you don't want your pet to actually have any aggro on these mobs. So that's why I use cower because cower doesn't cause aggro. But my pet actually did melee that mob. It was absolutely doable with the melee mob, but it just kind of scuffed things. So we're resetting that. All right, and so now, good Livix. Now. We want to do the same thing here, but hopefully not get dazed. Okay. Didn't get dazed. Poggers. Don't want to aggro that witch doctor. Ooh, right through. It looks scary with your pet, and it kind of is, but you can finesse mobs pretty hard with your pet. So my pet's low, which is good. It just can't take more damage. So what you want to do with these scarabs, you want to cower these scarabs. You don't want to melee them or anything. All you want to do is cower them. You want to be careful of the patrol here because if it is a shadow hunter or a witch doctor, you also don't want to aggro this. And you kind of just strafe back and forth. You kind of want to wiggle a little bit. Get them all juiced up. Once you aggro one scarab with cower, it'll social aggro all the other scarabs. And then you can also use your second sprint here. If you aggro the boss, don't worry. The boss will reset. And you walk over here, and you're just going to go to an evade spot like we did with the only zombies. I'm going to cower that mob. Good social all those. All right, and this is pretty clean. Kind of trying to group them up a little bit better. So that boss is chasing my actual guy, which is fine. So you put the pet there, you spam pet passive, you get the pet up here, and you use rank 1 mend pet. Rank 1 mend pet is going to give you aggro on all these mobs instead of your pet, because your pet didn't actually do any aggro to them. They just social aggroed them. The 1 tick of rank 1 mend pet will, oh, there you go. 1 tick of mend pet, for the most part, should give you all the aggro you need. That one aggroed, like, later. And then you jump back and forth. So one thing you do when you jump back and forth is you want to hit your strafe key when you're mid-air, because that updates the NPCs on your positioning, which in turn will group them up better. This is where you can die, is where you jump and you just mess up the jump, because you constantly want to be using Q or A or D, a strafe in mid-air, just to update your positioning. And basically what you do is you feign death when they're at the apex over here. You jump over, you feign death over here, and you put a trap down, how I just did. And you go back and forth. I'm messing this up because I'm talking. I should just keep them marinating in this trap. But, yeah, you just basically want to jump back and forth and let explosive trap tick. You want to do this, basically. And then you reset them. Once your feign is on like 8 seconds, you can go for another one. And you just jump over, and you hit a feigny D. You wait for it till drop combat. You put an explosive trap down. You come back here. You rank 1 med your pet just in case if the explosive trap resists on anyone. And you basically want to marinate them. I don't know what's wrong with his mob. He's really messing up our mojo here. He's really messing up our mojo. It's pissing me off. I'm just going to kill this mob individually. So we just got to regroup them up. And this is the whole fight. You just regroup them up. If you have a bad boy like we have right there, you just got to single target him down. Usually you don't get a bad boy. I'm not sure why he's a bad boy. Maybe I meleeed him with my mob or something like that. And then if you are in spirit gear, which I'm using all spirit gear, you can also volley off cooldown to get extra damage in. And you basically just rinse and repeat. And that's all it is. The only way you really die is when you miss the jump, pretty much. And if you are level 45, you can have a lip, and you will survive. When you lip, it'll go to your pet. You can recover that. It's kind of hard to explain how you recover it. You basically need to mend your pet again, and kind of confusing. If you really want to know that, you know, maybe go in the VODs or something. But now we want to group them up, so we wait for those guys to get near the ground, and then we jump across, and we strafe key on them. We're just going to regroup them up like that. Throw a little grenade. Now we can fast forward till it's done, LOL. You just jump, feign death. Put trap down, rank 1 mend pet, jump, and just let him marinate. Let him marinate, buddy. I'd say the only hard part when you get them all stacked up is just not missing the jump, and pretty much always hitting A or Q or whatever your strafe bind is when you're midair. Or you can hit a volley. We're gonna kill that mob here. Gonna hit a feign death on the apex. So sometimes feign death takes a little bit. It's like Daraji said, it's like one of the only spells that's still on like the server tick, or there's some weird tick with there's some weird tick with it. There's some weird tick with feign death. Like I said, usually you don't have a bad boy like this. This one's kind of ruining the vibes. Kind of ruining the vibes. We're gonna do one more time. All right, we just had to kill that guy because he was ruining the vibes. Now we're gonna jump over. Any D. We'll trap. We'll rank 1 men pet. We'll jump over. But yeah, having a grenade, even if you're not engineering, you can use these easy throw dynamites, what I'm using. And they could be really nice. They just speed it up a bit. They do like 200, 300 damage to everyone. Once you get good at stacking them, it can be really nice. I'm just going to use a mana pod here. That's it, boys. All right. Oh, yeah, and make sure you don't Ferocious Howl when you're gathering these. Ferocious Howl is only used to get there, to get to this area, to get to the graves. You don't want a Ferocious Howl when you're grouping, when you're grouping zombies or anything. You don't want a Ferocious Howl. So once you're high enough to run through the zombies, which is or through to this place, which is probably like 46, 48, somewhere like that, you could safely run through, and you don't have to do the beginning pet stuff. You can bring like your cat or something like that, but Ferocious Howl is necessary to get at like level 40 to like 45. Doot, 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 doot. Setting hype. There it is. How do you keep your pet low HP? Well, you just want to use 1 tick of rank 1 men pet. So you want to get attacked when you're grouping them up a little bit, because the only way men pet generates threat for you apparently is when it doesn't have full health. So you just want to use rank 1 men pet. You don't want to use high rank men pet, just rank 1. All right, guys. So now I'm going to give you, when you're probably around level 45, 46, you can pretty much run through the mobs. It is still sketchy, especially when you're 45, 46. I'm level 53, so I don't actually aggro anything pretty much at this point. But this is the route I did when I was even like 46, 47, shit like that, when I ran by this. This is the route I did when I was high enough. Main thing is you just want to make sure you're turning your character so you don't get dazed, because you will aggro this. And you'll also aggro that instantly. And you just want to make sure you're not going to get dazed, because dazed is the thing that's going to kill you. I used to go up this route when I was lower level. I used to go up this route. You would aggro this. Like, this would aggro passively, because it's 45, 46. I'll go up here. I'll jump through here. This would sometimes aggro. And then this would pretty much always aggro. You just want to make sure you turn. I did a pit stop over here, so I'll show you guys. I'll aggro these guys real quick. I did a pit stop over here. And so if you feign death here, you shouldn't have your pet out. If you feign death here, and if you actually lay, they actually won't be able to cast on you, and they'll just reset. Really OP. Reset spot can be wonky, but it did work for me most of the time. And once these reset, usually the patrol's gone at that point, which is good. You just mount back up here. And so this is what I used to do when I was lower level, but nowadays I can just run through everything, but I'm just showing you guys. And I would run here. You would want to aggro this side over this side. You'd want to aggro the 2 Witch Doctor or Shadow Hunter or whatever. And then I used to go this way. Make sure I didn't get hit by this mob. And you just run through here. There's a couple more mobs, so it depends on your health. But you would aggro this. You just make sure you don't get dazed by it. You'd also aggro this and make sure you don't get dazed by it. Then there's also a boss that sometimes you aggro if the pat's bad. And so right now we got a Shadow Hunter, so we're going to actually have to kill this one because we want to get the roaches, so. And you'd aggro that. And then if you feign death out of line of sight at like, 45, 46, you'll drop aggro. And so what we got to do is we got to kill a Shadow Hunter because we want the roaches. Yeah, it's a YouTube guide. This is pretty much mage AoE leveling guide, yeah. You can do that, or you can go the same way we went on the first run. The bomb. And then you just do the same thing here to group them up. That was a beautiful run right there. Well, that's a 14-minute with a 2-minute run, and we did the long run. Like that's like a 10-minute run right there. That was disgusting. That was a clean run right there. I mean, that's how you do it, guys. That is how you do ZF Farm. It is definitely worth it at 40. If you're really, it's kind of hard. It is definitely a bit challenging, but it is insanely worth it if you can do it. Apparently, you level 3 times as fast as you would just questing at the max speed. So it's kind of insane. This is the fastest I've ever gone from level 40 to 50, whatever, 53 right now. It is insane. And then you just have someone reset the dungeon for you, like Vita. You log out, and then someone resets it. And that's it. That is ZF Farm, guys. Shout out to Zaraji for helping me learn this. He helped me learn this a lot. I've done it at the hardest level. And now, it's just levels up from here, buddy. It's levels up from here, ladies and gentlemen. That is the level 40 Zul'Farrak clear. That's it right there, baby.